everybody, my name is Eric Hopkins and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're finding me for the very first time or you are a returning viewer and have not yet done so, please click that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. So I've got another episode of Funko Pops and Collectibles for you guys here today. So I wanted to get into a Funko Pop that means a lot to me because it involves a character obviously a lot of us have grown up with, and that is of course Batman. I did a Funko Pop Batman episode a few weeks back, just going over the first appearance of Batman in 1939 in the comic book, kind of more of the classic noir version of that character. And of course, that kind of went along with the fact that they are doing a noir version animated series, kind of a pseudo, I wouldn't say sequel to this series I'm about to mention here, but it is going to be, run by the same creator, Bruce Timm, who ran the original 1990s, animated series of the Batman the Animated Series, and he's going to be making Batman Cape Crusader for HBO Max, kind of focusing on the noir version, like I said. So I thought it would be apropos, since that news came out not too long back, to kind of go back and look at the original, the one, and I wouldn't say only Batman in the animated world. Obviously, there's been many interpretations of Batman over the years, especially on the animated side of things. But to me, the original, the OG, so to speak, original Batman the Animated Series. So let's go over here and check out this Funko Pop, and of course the Batmobile that went along with this animated series as well. This is the Kevin Conroy Batman, at least the original. I know he's probably done voiceovers for Batman in like video games and the Arkham games and things like that, and probably many other animated series as well. But to me, this is the original Batman animated series Funko Pop here. I like the Batman design himself. Obviously, I just always like the scowl they had looked with like the white out eyes and stuff in the animated series, which obviously with the Funko Pop goes perfect because a lot of times the eyes don't have like details or anything in them. It's like either black or white or something like that. So I think it looks good with that. The costume itself with the gray here and the yellow utility belt, you can see a little bit of the blue there on the inside of the cape. I really like that design too because it kind of had the show had this dynamic where you kind of showed Batman with some black lighting and some blue lighting, kind of like the old Adam West as well to a degree, but it was definitely inspired musically in the show by the 1989-1992 Michael Keaton Batman films. They used those Danny Elfman scores and things like that for the show, which I also thought meant something more to me because I'm a big fan of those movies as well growing up. And this series kind of came out around that time, so it makes a lot of sense to do that. And like I said, the gray is kind of indicative of Adam West, so they kind of threw a little bit of both of that in there. But I really like, and this is one of the Batmans in animated form where you got to see the detective, you got to go deep into his backstory and to the personal trauma and demons that he always dealt with. I thought it was a very well executed show, and I hope that they'll be able to do that with the Batman Cape Crusader show that's coming out before too long too. But this was great. As for the Batmobile, I always loved this design. To me, this Batmobile is up there with the Michael Keaton Batmobile, which is the best Batmobile in my opinion, which I'll show that on the channel at some point too. I've got one of those as well. So I think the Michael Keaton Batmobile is number one. Probably, I've always been a big fan of the Adam West Batmobile from 1966, which I've got as well, which I'll probably do another channel or another video about that one someday. But this is in the top three. Those three are my top three favorite Batmobiles. The Tumbler was great. The stuff in Batman Forever and Batman and Robin was kind of, out there with all the neon lighting and things like that. Of course, we're going to get, we've had, Ben Affleck's version and things like that. And we're going to get another one with Robert Pattinson at some point. But to me, those three, the Michael Keaton, the Adam West, and of course the Kevin Conroy from the original animated series are my favorite Batmobiles. It's just got this sleek roadster design because I love how the wings on the back kind of stick way out. It's got even a couple two off the top of the cockpit there, or the cabin or whatever you want to call it. I really like how that's kind of sticking out there. I love the long roadster design in the front with that big long hood with the motor on the inside. It kind of gives it this sleek looking. In an animation form, it really popped and it really just gave it that own uniqueness about it. And of course, if you got a high-powered machine that this Batmobile was, it stands to reason they would have this large motor and everything that it would just really be able to track down and chase down all these criminals for sure. It just had a really great design look to it, and I love what the show did with it. They used it in some unique ways, and the show had a lot of great designs when it comes to Batman's vehicles, from the Bat Cycle to the Batwing and all these sort of gadgets and stuff that he had. I just thought the show did a very good job of highlighting all that stuff. So I just thought that having one of these in my collection was an absolute must for me, since I am a Batman fan since I was a childhood, since I was a child. And to me, Batman was the first superhero that I really grew up with. There's a little bit of fun fact there. There's all these superheroes in the world. Yeah, I mean, I kind of read some Spider-Man comics, and obviously the Christopher Reeves Superman movies were out there. But to me, Batman was my favorite when I was a little kid. Probably around 9 or 10 years old. He was my favorite growing up. I used to watch those Adam West TV shows, over and over and over again, to the point where I'm sure my parents wanted to pull their brains out, because that show was very cheesy. But for the time, it was fun for me, because it was something I could go to the library, check out some of the old classics and stuff, and be able to bring them home. And of course, with this series coming out, it was kind of more, it was an animated series, but this kind of goes to my argument. I know a lot of people don't want to watch animated shows because they're animated and, they're for kids, they're cartoons. No. This show was, kids could watch it, but it had dark elements to it. It had great action. It had good storytelling, all the above. So if you've not seen the original Batman the Animated Series, which I believe tied into the Superman Animated Series, the Justice League Unlimited and things like that, some Static Shocks and things like that, had some crossover events as well. I didn't know that till I was an adult, that they actually crossed over with some of these animated series and kind of formed their own Justice League and stuff. So that's a cool bit of information that I learned when I was growing up. But so if you've not seen that show, by all means, check it out. This is a great set to have in my collection. As like I said, these videos are going to be just me showing off my collections of Funkos and collectibles, hence the title. So I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I plan to do at least once a week now on the channel. I've got a set schedule, so you'll be seeing these every single Thursday here on the channel, where I show you just a little bit more of the stuff I've got. Obviously, I've got a plethora of things behind me, from wrestling, DC, Marvel, Star Wars, miscellaneous titles, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, you name it, I've got a bunch. I've got some animated things as well, and I'll be collecting more and more as we go along here until I run out of room in the apartment. Apparently, that's kind of the end goal from the sounds of things. But the real question here is, what do you guys think about the Kevin Conroy Batman animated series and, of course, the Batmobile? Did you guys like the series? Are you a big fan of it? What's your favorite version of Batman? Let me know. Comment down below. And if you've got some Funko Pops and collectibles, by all means, let me know what your favorite collectible is. I'd like to start a community and start a dialogue and get, some people who want to talk about these sort of things here on the YouTube channel. I'd love to hear more about what you guys have and what you guys are hoping to collect in the future. Please comment down below. Let me know, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And please remember to hit that notification bell so you get all the notifications about when I put up new content right here on this channel. And until my next Funko video, guys, take care. We about to turn it on.